Hey guys, what's going on? Hello? Hello? Hey guys, what's going on? Hello? Hello? Alright, let's get into it. Let's get started, I guess. Open up my OBS on the side. We'll get rid of this. Chat is disabled for this live stream. Sorry guys, let me try to figure this out. Sorry guys, I'm having a little bit of an issue right now. It's not detecting anything. I'm not able to see chat at all. So please bear with me if anybody's watching right now. Might just have to reset the camera. That might work. But I'm not seeing that I'm live anywhere right now. So that's even if I'm live. That might work. Well, looks like I have to reset stream, so let me figure that out real quick. There we go guys, I think that I fixed that, so whoever's in my chat should be able to say whatever they want. There we go. Now I just got to figure out my entire camera situation. I'm not sure my camera's not working. Sorry for those who might be seeing this later. And there we go, got it to work. So just add it in. Sorry, my face is kind of covering the entire screen. Put it up here in the corner. Alright, let me just check stream real quick. Whoops. There we go. A little bit of a delay, but I see it on the end. Alright guys. Basically, let me just tell you guys what I'm planning on doing today. Basically, light day. We're just gonna be doing some Arc Raiders today. Let me turn down this because it's a little high, but I haven't really played Arc Raiders. As you can tell, I'm still here. So I'm actually gonna play on some controller. That's alright. We'll do conditioning, unless I could just get all these. No, I cannot. Which is fine. It's a little too loud. Sure, we'll claim that. So I'm just going to turn down the audio a little bit. Just a little. Like 25 is fine. Music can go down to 60. I don't want to get in trouble anyways. That's happened before. Alright, so let's try to play with a squad. I won't be talking too much. Alright, I'll play for about 40 minutes, so around 12:40 we'll stop. We'll do a bit of react. There's a few videos that I want to watch, so I'm going to get set up while we're playing. And yeah, just if you enjoy, like the video, let's get started. Oh yeah, let's see, what do we need? This is Combat MK. Yeah, we could use that. I died one of my first playthroughs, so basically I'm going in blind, I'd say. I'm practically bringing everything I can with me. A torn book. Yeah, that's gonna do nothing, huh? And let's bring that. The food, I don't know if that's going to be too important, but yeah, we'll see. And I don't think I need anything else. I think we're good. All right, let's lock in.
Hey, don't shoot! Sorry! Hey!
Alright, basically, these guys don't have a mic. So, all I'm really going to be doing is just commentating on what I'm going to do during the playthrough. Because I was kind of expecting this to be like an open voice chat, you know what I'm saying? But, since no one else is playing... Oh, they already alluded to this. Gotcha. So I don't really have like a initial impression on this game yet. All I really know is stuff to do with the robots. Interesting to me, but you know. That'd be cool if there would be something inside this bus. No name, thank you for the 50 gifted. So we probably want to get down there. That's what it seems like. This one didn't say if there was any good loot or anything like that. Could be good, could be bad. Okay. Wow. Genuinely thought I was gonna die. This is not like Fortnite, so... I for sure thought that when I fell I was gonna get cooked. Hello? This is good. So yeah, I thought this guy wanted to go over here where he marked, but then he proceeded to not go over there, so I'm a little confused. Again guys, I really don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm just kind of running around in hopes that I can find something. That could be good. I don't know if this would be a game I play constantly. I did buy it to test it out and see, like, would I like this, would I not? It's only $40. I can easily afford that. It won't be on long. I gotta study for an exam, and then once I finish studying, I'm going to take a long nap because I did not sleep too well last night. I feel like there's really nothing here. And this guy keeps following me, which I'm not too sure why. Don't want to get caught. Alright. Genuinely thought I was gonna die there for a second. Well, not die, but I definitely thought I was gonna get cooked. Ooh, what's that? Magnetic accelerate. Wow, I can't read apparently. Nice, not bad, not bad. There's quite a bit of things up here, but I feel like there wasn't really anything anywhere else. I think my issue is I'm supposed to just be pressing X and I keep holding it because of the what appears to be holding animation. But that could just be me. I mean, it's not like I really know where I'm supposed to go. All I know is that I'm a raider, so I'm supposed to raid things. I don't know why this guy's following me. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't even know what I'm doing. Guess this guy just doesn't want to be alone. The loot value over here is medium. Why do you want to go over here? That's what I don't understand. We were already over here. Should I just fall and then... Yeah, jump and roll. Power rod to unlock that. See, holding X again. Cooling fan, alright. Well, what do I not need? Pretty sure I already have that. Do I not have this? Explosives and wires seems important. Assorted Seas. Celeste might be looking for these. I don't know who Celeste is. So do I want to keep that for Celeste? Not too sure. Got some plastic parts. It's like hairpin, light shield, MK1, light impact grenade, so... Maybe I don't need this. We have this in the safe pocket, but I think we should put this in the safe pocket right over here. We have some rubber parts. I don't think we need this, honestly. I don't think we'll need this. This could be recycled into crafting materials. This is used in crafting, which I think we'll need that a bit more. A steel spring. A ruined baton. Someone near us? Alright. Explosives. I think the explosives are good to keep. I think the wires are good to keep as well. Of course we need the ammo, and of course we will need those too. This is a light shield. 40%. Then we got this. Hairpin heavy ammo. So I'm not too sure. I mean, of course we can't bring everything back. That's what sucks. So yeah, we could take this. Fried motherboard, sure. More plastic parts. Well, let's recharge our shield. Number 1. Let's put everything back. Let's try to find a way out of here. That... Oh, we could use this though. Alright. Let's go back, let's reorganize some of our things. Alright. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Okay, that opens up 3 slots right there. We need this. We'll keep this. We'll keep this. And we'll keep this. Put this here. This goes on. This can be recycled. This can be sold. Crafted. This is for shields. And this can be sold. And this, we should probably keep this as well. Right? So I guess I'm the only one that's still here. I don't know how to feel about that. Kind of surprising to go through that and immediately get hit, but you know, it's alright. We don't need these two. And Krikozo. Why is he all the way over there? But it looks like I found the way out. I don't know why I thought that was anything important. Well, that sucks because now there's a whole bunch of robots here and all that. Reaper. See guys, just like this isn't my kind of style of gameplay. I don't know. I'll probably just refund the game. Gotcha, Reaper, don't worry. I'm cooked. What the hell? Brother.
I think I heard something.
God damn it, bro. Well, chat, I'm gonna just be honest. This game's not for me. And I'm somehow dying faster? Is it because I'm moving? Do you die less if you don't move? Guys, I really don't understand this game at all. It's alright. After this, I'm pretty sure I'll be dead. But I guess I'll just surrender. I suck at this game, chat. It's alright. Guess there's really no reason to continue, right? We didn't bring anything to the field. We got nothing. So... sorry, Reaper. But, not doing this anymore. Alright, chat. Now it's time for some YouTube. I said I was gonna do this in the middle, but, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. So there's a video that I would like to watch from Moist Critical. Thought it was pretty important, and I think it's a great discussion for kind of everything that's going on. It's about the conformity gate. If you guys don't know what the conformity gate is, basically, what the conformity gate is it's a Stranger Things fan theory that today we will be getting a new season, or not new season, but new episode to the season 5, and that because of this, it's going to be called the conformity gate, or whatever people are going to think it's going to be called, and that everything that happened at the end of Stranger Things season 5 episode 8 was not real, because the ending was so bad and so atrocious that people cannot believe that it was real. And number one, I don't think that this is real in the first place. Alright, it doesn't really make any sense for it to be real in the first place, considering the fact that they had such a heartfelt one-to-one talk, and just to have it end on a thing like that, I don't really like. Now, my question is, why is my camera locked? I don't really understand. It's locked on here. So let me just reset this real quick. Man, ain't that a good look, huh? It's not working again? Are we being so for real? So I go ahead, I reset it, I create a new scene, and I add the video capture device. I guess we can add in the first one. There we go. So basically we're just adding two of them at the same time. That's what we'll put in our audio capture. Same thing. Probably should just add in one that's already there. Because yeah. But basically, yeah, the conformity is bogus. I don't think it really means anything. So that's why I kind of want to watch this video. Go over some topics, maybe have a discussion, a poll maybe. So, yeah, let's get started on it.
First heard of the conspiracy theory that there's a secret Stranger Things episode 9 airing on the 7th of January. I thought it was a joke, like a meme. Haha, everyone was so disappointed with the finale that they've deluded themselves into thinking that there's a new secret one that's actually coming, and the one we watched was fake. I thought it was just like taking the piss because so many people were extremely disappointed with how the series ended. And now today, it's all I'm seeing. I am inundated with these unhinged explanations for why there is actually a secret 9th episode that's airing in less than 24 hours. And it's coming from a place of, like, genuine belief, it feels like. This is earnest. It's called Conformity. Fuck! Conformity Gate confirmed by me accidentally! I knew it! Conformity Gate. That's...
So yeah, basically exactly what I was saying. Conformity gate is a speculation that everything that we hear about, Stranger Things season 5 episode 8 isn't real. The past events after episode 4, which a lot of people are saying was the best episode before it went downhill with 5, 6, 7, and then the season finale 8. People are thinking that, yeah, conformity gate, bro, it's not real. I just think this is bogus. Clearly, Most Critical thinks the same thing. He thought it was a joke at first. Let's just continue. There's a few things that I want to talk about this so yeah.
The name of this movement. And they're using pieces of evidence like this. This was on the Stranger Things TikTok, and you'll notice behind our character there, on the clock, it's 107. 107? That's January 7th. Coinky dink? Perhaps. But I think not. I'd be a fool to believe in coincidences when it comes to Stranger Things. Much like Joyce with the lights, the community is putting together the pieces of this puzzle, the breadcrumbs the genius Duffer Brothers have laid out. They wanted you to believe that the finale was underwhelming. They wanted to tank the reputation of one of the most powerful IPs in Netflix history in order to get you all with the bait and switch that the good episode is actually airing tomorrow, and a huge surprise. The whole concept of that is just wild to me. Why would they even have a fake episode? The idea being that Vecna, this is all part of his illusion, so the ending we got, the epilogue, all of that stuff never actually happened. This is Vecna projecting this to us, and it's not real. The real ending is on the 7th. That is a dumber idea than NFTs. That shit is poop. Because at best, with this concept, it means that the 2 hours you spent on the fake finale was 2 hours just wasted. It doesn't do anything to elevate that. If there was a secret finale that's good, all it means is that there is an episode before it, the penultimate episode, is just not good on purpose. So it's a waste of your time.
I will agree with that. To make it a fake episode at the end doesn't really make any sense, considering the fact that if it is a fake episode, you just wasted 2 hours of your life watching something that wasn't real. But I will also say that I think that his take here is a bad take. Basically what I'm saying is him going out and saying it was a waste of time, it doesn't make sense. But a lot of people caught all of these details. Again, I don't think Conformity Gate is real. Conformity Gate is not real in my opinion. I think it's fake. I think that people are just trying to find a way to cope. A big disclaimer right there. But I will say that I definitely do think that his take here is a bad take. Considering the fact, right, that there were a lot of hints to show that 1-7, I wouldn't say 1-7, but the 7 is ideal and important, and to show that there's a clock that says 107 with the talk about 7 in every single episode does make sense. But he does bring a lot of things in this video that debunk exactly what I'm saying right now. So I do think that there's he's right and he's wrong at the same time. If there was a new secret episode, right, which again I don't think that there is, but people are speculating that there might be, I do think that this would be it would have to be the best episode of all time in Stranger Things ever, and I think it would have to clear up a lot of issues, and I'm not so sure if they'll be able to do that, considering how poor and bad the writing was the last 3 episodes of Stranger Things. Back to the video.
Doesn't pass the smell test. There would be no reason why they would intentionally give their community that's waited a decade for the ending something less than great on purpose for the sake of getting them with the surprise, here's the actual finale. There's nothing positive about that. So I just don't see that coming, especially not from Netflix of all places. And it makes even less sense when you consider the press tour that the Duffer Brothers are going on right now with the Orb of Confusion in their possession, where anytime they're asked questions about the show, they're like, oh yeah, I don't know. I guess. Possibly. Them trying to answer questions about their own series is like you trying to remember a fever dream you had after chugging NyQuil. Like, they're having a hard time even remembering half of the shit that fans are even asking them. So I don't think that's them trying to, cover for this secret grand scheme of a episode 9 finale. I think they just really got lost in the sauce and forgot a lot of things along the way, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is.
And that's exactly what happened. You go and you look at the interviews for the Duffer Brothers, which I can pull that up in a minute. Most of the time they were just rambling on and saying nonsense. So I do believe that there's some truth and there are some lies to this. I wouldn't say lies, but higher expectations and expectations that are believed that should not be believed.
As it stands, the finale isn't like the worst ending to a show in the world, but the fact that it is so disappointing to so many people, it's led to them having like this mass hypnosis where they're like in this trance state, like Vecna is controlling them now, where they're projecting these ideas that it can't be, less than stellar. There must be something more. So now they've cooked this up and they're using just nonsensical explanations for why Conformity Gate is real. And like I said, I thought this was just a meme at first, like a joke. And if you're the Duffer Brothers, this has to be the ultimate insult that your series finale is so not amazing and flat to so many people that they actually cannot believe that this is the end, that they think there must be more to it. That's gotta feel like shit for them. Like, more so than people just outright insulting it or picking apart the numerous glaring plot holes and inconsistencies, the fact that your most die-hard fans and Stranger Things enthusiasts are the ones that are like, there must be more, this can't be actually how it ends, that has to be just the ultimate insult. Like, if I was the Duffer Brothers, I would actually just get right back in the lab again, talking to Netflix, brother, we're doing another season or something, or like a special coming up, next November or something. We've got to do something. Holy shit, this is hurting our feelings a lot. Like, it would actually be motivating me to be like, okay, I'm doing something. I'm going to try and...
Yeah, I agree with that. It would... It's actually hilarious to the amount of fact of the people in such a wide variety on who genuinely believe that the ending was so bad that it possibly can't be real. And I love that he says that. It's such a slap in the face to the Duffer Brothers, and I don't think I could ever be a director ever again if I was so insulted and hated this badly for an ending that I made.
Playing to this, yep, we fooled you. The real finale is end of 2026. But anyway, though, back to Conformity Gate. Like, the evidence they use is just grasping at straws, like a Twitter user going on Netflix, typing in Season 5, Episode 9, and Stranger Things and House pops up, using that as evidence, because when you type in Episode 10 for Season 5, Episode 10, Stranger Things and House don't pop up, but you know what does? Emily in Paris. Wow, that's awfully thought-provoking. That is an eyebrow-raising observation. If you've been hit in the head with a hammer, you can't be serious. Do you want to know why that's most likely the case? Because Netflix's search function isn't amazing. In this example here, Emily in Paris didn't show up for Season 5, Episode 9, but it did for Episode 10. There is an Episode 9 of Emily in Paris for Season 5. Why wasn't it present? Because Netflix isn't great at that kind of thing. Just because Stranger Things popped up for Season 5, Episode 9 doesn't mean there is one. There is, however, an additional Stranger Things piece of content dropping, which is the behind-the-scenes stuff, but it is not Season 5, Episode 9, the secret finale, and that's not evidence of it. And I've seen other people using the search function for, like, their strong points for Conformity Gate, such as typing in fake ending, having Stranger Things pop up, which it does. I tried it myself. You know what else Stranger Things pops up for? Bad ending. And also, most notably, big fart. Wow. Now we're getting somewhere. I gotta be honest.
And I'm going to be honest, I think the only reason why the search for Season 5, Episode 9 is even like that in the first place for Netflix is genuinely just because of the amount of people searching it up and clicking on Stranger Things where the hype is at. So the search also just sucks. When you put in big fart and all stuff like that, it's because it was so bad that people were probably calling it that to where the search engine is being like that. And you have seen that, and I will say that the search engine really does suck. But I think that him showing and displaying the fact that, yeah, you could really search in anything and it'll still show up Stranger Things Season 5. And you're especially going to see that because Stranger Things is popular right now. It's the #1 watch, it's the #1 search on Netflix probably right now. So it doesn't really matter what you're going to search up. It's probably going to be the first one if it relates to anything of what people were saying recently. And I'm also very positive that their search is created on AI. So their AI search engine takes in popularity polls and then it transcribes them into what they think you might be looking up.
With you sports fans, the longer I spend diving in this rabbit hole, the more convinced I become that there might really be something of substance here to this Conformity Gate conspiracy. You can't argue with big fart. Just like you can't argue with a complete misunderstanding of Morse code. So this user looked at the cassette tapes and came up with Morse code that spells out "did not stop me." But that only works if you have no fucking clue about Morse code, which, admittedly, I'm in that camp, but you can look it up. The unlimited information is at your fingertips, should you choose to look into it. So first of all, you can't really have Morse code work without some variations in the lines. You need short and long elements. Typically, dots that you'll see in Morse code. And if you pull up the actual Morse code here and try and somehow stretch it to fit the fucking Twitter post here for the Stranger Things message, it doesn't even come fucking close at all. So first of all, in the cassette tapes, there's clearly no variation in size or anything, so there's no dots, there's no long lines. But even just using the long lines that they have listed here doesn't work at all, because the first one doesn't even exist. There is no 4 just long. But let's just go ahead and assume that the last one is a small. That would mean it's 9. Not you, it would be 9. And then the second one, let's assume the empty spaces there in the cassettes are dots and the cassette is long. Then what you have is dot, long, dot, dot, which is not D, that is an L. So you have 9L, and then underneath that, it's not I. Long, dot, long, long is Y. So you get 9LY, and then underneath that, you don't even get L again. So even if you just look at the Morse code they put on Twitter here, it can't be did, because the D pattern is not even repeated there. So how the fuck could it possibly be did? That wouldn't work. The whole thing crumbles. It is a complete sham. And yet people are believing that. There are so many people that looked at that and like, holy shit, the proof is right there in the pudding, and they're using ChatGPT to confirm it. Grok, are we right about this Vecna theory here? Does this Morse code confirm it? Well,
And people's reliance on AI is getting really, really annoying. I'm gonna be honest about that. I'm not a big supporter of AI. I think AI is wishy-washy, especially because my future career, what I want to do is in IT, and I feel like because I'm young, I'm not really gonna have a growing chance, and especially in this economy. But you know, I'm trying to do what I can. The only reason why I'm even making videos right now is because I feel like it'll just give me something to do. I'm gonna be honest.
Darn tootin', looks like you cracked the code. You're a real smart cookie. Thanks, Grok. Can you put me in a bikini? It's just so fucking absurd. That is not even close to being anything substantial or even remotely correct, yet people are willing to run with it so they can continue to believe in conformity gate. Like, ultimately it's harmless, but it's just so ridiculous that I can't help but make fun of it and get, like, somewhat heated about it. Like, I actually cannot wrap my mind around people that are really believing in it. Like, it's shocking to me. And they're using things like the marketing material where they're saying it's going to be a dark Christmas as more proof that this is accurate. Since it wasn't a dark Christmas, fucking nobody dies in Season 5 at all. Huge spoiler alert. Literally nobody but one character who you don't know anything about, can't care about because she's only there for like 4 seconds of screen time across the whole season, across the whole series really. Outside of that, there's no character death, so it wasn't a dark Christmas. They're using that to say the dark Christmas they meant was Orthodox Christmas, which is January 7th. Come on!
Is it bad for me to say that that is a little too many coincidences with the number 7, unorthodox Christmas being on the 7th? I don't think it's outrageous to say that people don't have a right way to speculate, but I do think it's ridiculous on how deep people are trying to dive into making it seem like conformity gate is a real thing. Conformity gate's not real. If it is real, I would be really surprised. So, I mean, we'll see later today, but people are going to be in for one hell of a ride when they realize, oh yeah, conformity gate's not real.
Goodness gracious, come on! Snap back to reality, I'm begging. Again, it's ultimately harmless, but holy shit, it is crazy. It is actually unbelievable that there are people out there that truly are, like, believing in this. Like to a degree where I saw people trying to book tickets to the secret premiere, the secret finale at their movie theater, because another big conformity gate evidence piece is that some people's movie theaters on the 8th aren't doing a ton of showings for other movies. So they believe the reason for that is because the theaters are occupied showing Stranger Things finale. So they're trying to book tickets to those imaginary make-believe showings for the secret 9th episode. It's so weird. Now, at the end of the day, if I'm wrong and this is all by design, that'd be something special. I think it'd be extremely fucking stupid. That'd be a terrible, terrible, terrible decision. Like, it'd be something I'd never seen before, and there's merit in that. This would definitely be creative to intentionally fumble your finale, but it actually was you faking it the whole time. You didn't fumble it. You have a secret episode in the tank. That would be interesting, but still extremely stupid. I'd love to be, like, wrong about, Conformity Gate. I'd love if it's real. That would be, like, entertainingly disastrous as a concept. But I am just 100% certain that's not the case here.
He says disastrous, but it might be very good for the fandom, and it would help the reputation for the Duffer Brothers. But instead of announcing like a secret episode, they announced a documentary, which is really just gonna be nothing. I'm gonna be honest, and I know that the social medias on TikTok and on Instagram that I've personally seen, that they're very clearly feeding into this. They'll have the actor who plays what's his name, Vecna in Stranger Things. They'll have him say, and tomorrow it begins, and people are like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And this is the biggest stretch I've ever seen, because it's so very clearly hinting at when all the kids were lined up at the table, and I'm very positive that's exactly what he's referencing there. But I just think it's poor timing for that to be all posted the day before January 7th. And if that's a coincidence, which I don't think it is, I just think that they are purposely doing this in a way to try and gain more traction and attraction.
I do know that there will be the behind the scenes for Stranger Things that comes out. That is on its way. But it's not the secret 9th episode finale, I don't think, I'm sorry to say. Anyway, let me show you some clips from last night when I was learning more about Conformity Gate.
Alright, that's about all we're gonna go for this video. Then there's another video that I want to watch. It's a Joe Bart video. Lock-in. Reacting to a reaction.
7% of waking hours are spent thinking about what isn't going on. Meaning, for almost half of your
And
existence,
I don't want my
you're
camera
living
in front
your
of
own
his,
mind.
so...
And that's not great, since it could be the reason you feel down a lot of the time.
I feel like I am thinking about not the present more than 47% of the time. I think I'm thinking about the past and the future 65% of a given day. Like,
I'd say
in
the same
moment,
thing.
Like right now, I'm obviously just thinking about what I'm doing because I'm streaming. But like, I'm thinking about what I need to get done most of the time. Yeah, I would say like over 41%. But I think that number's also from like weekends and time that you're off. So it's like in a given day, it averages out to 41%. That's crazy though. You don't live in the moment most of your life.
Your mind generates somewhere between 6,000 to 60,000 thoughts a day. Tiny flashes, fragments.
We got some chuds in chat that are generating 6,000.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe
Me,
even
on the
less.
other hand, let's just say I'm at probably around 59,000. I think I'm generating more thoughts than the average person.
Somewhere between 6,000 to 60,000 thoughts a day. Tiny
Someone said they
flashes,
generate
fragments and
61K.
impulses, most of which appear
Sure.
and disappear without you ever noticing. But inside that private space, only about 1 to 2/5 of your thoughts show up as words,
I don't know
or
why
as an
this is
internal
here.
conversation, or a narration you hear. The rest
1/5 show up as words. What is the rest? Just visual?
is just a mix of images, audio cues, flashes of memory, feelings, gut pulls, and half-formed ideas that you understand without ever saying them. And that's assuming you're even in the 30 to 50% of people who report having an inner voice at all. Granted, most of these numbers are self-reported, since we're yet to find a perfect scientific way to measure qualia, or someone's private experience. Still, it's safe to say, inner monologues, and the many ways people think, are far too strange, too diverse, and too fascinating to not talk about.
Well, I mean, kind of to counter the one point that he had over here. I feel like this is an AI voice, which is pissing me off. But to counter the one point that was over here, where it's like 1/5 of your thoughts are words, and the rest is like visual, auditory things, or like memories that are flashing. I mean, chat. Type 1 in the chat if you can't see things in your head. Like there is a large percentage of people that are physically incapable of seeing things in their brain. Like they can't
Yeah.
imagine an apple. Right? There's like
I am actually one of those people. I can't imagine anything. It's like it's there, but it's not. Like I can't vividly see something. It's all blurry. Like I can't see anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of those people that can imagine things, but I can think in my head. I'm not one of those people who can't think in their head. I'm just one of those things who can't see things, you know? But I can think things out. It's such an odd thing to explain. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Tests on that, and there's gauges. We've talked about this before. This is not the first time we've spoken about this, but it's like the way people think is so drastically different that it's not even just like Sonder and the effect of like, oh, everybody's life is as complicated as yours. Everybody's brain is as complicated as yours. Yeah, it's aphantasia, but it's like some people have it in different effects more than others. It's not just like a clear cut, you have it or you don't. It's like a spectrum in that sense of like some people are better at visualizing things than others. But I have always wanted to know what being in somebody else's brain is like, because how you think.
Everybody thinks in a certain and different way, and everybody perceives things differently. It's like you go out in public and you see somebody act a certain way, and you're like, I wouldn't act like that in public. But you need to know, you want to know why they're acting that way in public. You know, somebody getting upset because they're trying to pump their gas, but they have to go inside to pump their gas, instead of just being like, okay, I gotta go inside to pump my gas. You know, it's such a weird way as to how people perceive and view things, that you yourself want to see how they see and perceive things.
Different from how I think, and that's obvious in just how you obviously conduct yourself on a given basis, and also what your opinion is. But it's like one of the coolest things that I saw is like, it's so annoying when I am trying to convey a point to somebody that doesn't get it and they hard disagree with me, and I sit there and I go, like, a lot of the time, especially in like modern political discourse and shit, people could go, how is somebody so fucking stupid that they can't understand my point and they don't agree with me when I'm laying out everything that I've thought in front of them, and
literally
it makes clear-cut logical sense. But
this is exactly what's frustrating with politics, and the main reason why I don't like to get into politics is because it ends in a way of where you're like, how can somebody think this way when I am showing them evidence, when it is very obvious as to how a certain person is perceived. Like, I don't like Donald Trump. I don't like him. But you go and you see, like, he's on the Epstein files. You see he attacked Venezuela. And then you see things get distorted and changed and manipulated to a certain point and factor to where they won't believe what you're saying because they think they've seen the truth. And that what you saw is not the truth. So it's basically just a weird cycle of lack of belief and lack of faith, because you both think what you saw is true, regardless if one is wrong and one is right. Lock in.
that's the thing is, logic doesn't hand in hand go from one person to another, right? How you think and how you perceive information and logic and proof is so different on a fundamental level than other people that you could have the evidence laid in front of you for the existence of God. You could have the evidence laid in front of you for the non-existence of God. You could have, just an opinion on something that's so drastically different from somebody else, but you're absorbing the same information because how you process your thoughts is so different that what makes sense to me might not make any sense to you, even if I convey it in the correct wording to where it would work for you. That's why when people agree, I always say, I'm not sure of this, obviously, because there's no way to prove this. But I feel like when people have fundamental similar viewpoints on life as you do, the way that you think is very similar to the way that they think.
Yes.
And obviously on surface level that makes sense, but I'm just saying on how your consciousness functions. Like, if I'm, a democratic socialist, and I view society in this way, and I grew up this way, and I think philosophically about, agnosticism or the existence of a universe or the lack thereof, or the afterlife or the lack thereof. If somebody agrees with me on those points, they probably think in their own brain, their conscious thought to themselves is a lot similar in functionality to mine. But somebody that's the opposite of me, right? Like, say, like, somebody that's like a hard right Mormon, right?
Yes.
And they've grown up and felt that way their whole life. The way they consciously think in their own brain is so different from me that if I was ever launched into their brain, I wouldn't even feel real, right? But we're both human. It's just you physically function on such a different wavelength that it's unrecognizable.
Yeah, I mean, it has nothing to do with just being human. It's the fact of cognitive abilities and how they always shift and change, right? You believe one thing, but that's based on your own personal experiences. Personal experiences are a big factor, and yeah, that's exactly what he just said, but I just want to make it a very clear and coherent point that not even just in psychology, but in sociology, you see how a lot of people are affected by one situation, so they change their shifts in their beliefs to be all in one area, despite like things like betrayal or what's the word called? Like being attacked personally. Yeah, lock in again. Lock in.
Fascinating to not talk about. And yet, we all just assume everyone else's inner world works like ours.
No, like, well, I mean, that's why, dude, on the entertainment level, some people would be like, Joe, you bounce around too much and I yap too much. But it's like, that's how my brain functions. Like, I'm going point to point to point to point to point to point to point. And even, like, just base relationships with people, like, I can't relax knowing if I have stuff to get done.
Yes.
Right? Like, this is just, like, a base point that I'm going to try to make to kind of, like, broadcast over a broader point. If I have stuff, say I have 5 tasks I need to get done, I need to get them done before I can relax.
Yes.
Some people are the opposite. The functional
Now,
difference
I
between our
would say that I'm the exact same, because the moment that I'm done streaming, I'm not going to be able to relax until I get my room cleaned, right? Of course, I'm not really streaming for a lot of people right now, and this is one of my first streams, my first official stream on YouTube, so it's going to take me some time to, like, get adjusted to this, but I have some other things that I got to get done after, other than just cleaning my room. So it's all depends on, like, how you were grown, or grown up as, you know? You probably made from your parents, you know? I know that Joe Bart personally, he comes from a single mother or divorced parents, right? Who, his mom was always doing stuff. And I think that he gets that from his mom. And I probably get this from my dad, who's also always doing stuff. So I just think that at the end of the day, this is more about how you grew up than anything else.
Consciousness is you can sit there and go to yourself and say, hey, I'm just going to relax now. I'll get that stuff done later. It's no big deal. And you can lock in. I physically can't stop thinking about the future until that future task is done. Like, if I know that later today I have to go do this, I'm going to do it as soon as I fucking can, because it's the only thing that is going to consume my mind until it's done. Now imagine that, but just how you function in your own brain and inner thought, right? Not even through tasks, but just like how you talk to yourself, right? Like, some people are much slower thinkers than others, not in a stupid sense, but
Yeah.
how fast you bounce from thought to thought, how fast you lose traction.
It's also important to say that people are better at thinking in certain subjects than just anything else, you know? Like, you might be that one, like, really slow kid in a math class, right? You don't know anything about math, and I'll be honest, I'm not really one of those people who, and I'm not trying to judge or anything, but you could be slow in one subject, but then get better and smarter in another, you know? It just depends that your brain is quicker at thinking and picking up on other things than certain, like, you're good at one thing, you're bad at the other.
thinking.
At all. Because there isn't one default setting for thinking. There are 5 entirely different ways that people can think. Some people, about 40%, have internal voices, which are like constant
I feel like that's got to be wrong. It's got to be more than 40%, man. I refuse to believe that half of my chat right now can't speak to themselves in their head. Be real. Wait, take it out of sub only for this. Type 1 in chat if you don't think in your own head. If you can't talk to yourself in your brain.
I can talk to myself in my brain.
You can't. Type 1. Okay, 2 means they can. So there's a few people that are typing 1. There's actually more people typing 2 than 1. I feel like that statistic's wrong. It is true that there are people that can't think in their own head. I don't understand how you, and I'm not saying this in a mean way, how do you live? I can't grasp how you go date. Like, what do you do when you're in a car alone? Do you just see images? And then when you think of what you're going to say in response to somebody in a conversation.
This is something that I've always wanted to know personally, because this is one of those topics where it's like, all right, you're one of those people who cannot think at all. How is it that you can't think in your own head? Like, you can think, but you can't speak to yourself in your own head. How can you not think and speak words in your own head? That does not make any logical sense to me. That seems physically impossible. I can understand not seeing something in your head because you can still see things, you just can't detail them out, right? But when it comes to thinking, your words, everything that you're saying in your head is gone. It's not there. I don't understand that. I don't get that, man.
Immediate, like it's not even a thought that's dwelling. Like, if I'm talking to somebody and they're saying something, and I'm forming a response in my brain. I'm thinking of the next point that I want to say, and then I.
All right, chat. I'm actually gonna finish this off today. I got other things I gotta get done. I can't keep procrastinating. So, thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed the stream. I do hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you're watching this now, I'm sorry, my stream here was pretty bad. I'm gonna have things more planned out a bit more next week. Just didn't sleep well last night. I've got some other things that I gotta study for. I don't really know what games to play on here, so if you have any comments or suggestions or anything like that, please go to like one of my other videos and post something, please. So that's just gonna be all for today. Thanks to whoever watched, and I'll make sure that I finish this video, maybe have like a few other videos, and just spend like a day reacting to them. Alright? Thank you. Bye.